which is very important, is over-coercion. You know, you can go into any Toys R Us, just stand there and observe, you know. You know, I have a major background in human behaviors, and I have a major background in Earth behaviors, okay? So I'm a listener. I sit back and listen, and I watch. You know, especially when it comes to springtime. I don't know, people really, I guess hormones and testosterone
start getting a little crazy, you know, and we've seen that here, Scott. Everyone's an agent these days, but I think we need to put our differences aside and work for you know, a bigger purpose here than just, you know, fight over the semantics.
Yeah, it's like a chemical imbalance that's induced in the brain, you know, hormones and testosterone. See, because you got other things going on. You got a body, and it releases chemicals within the brain, serotonin, melatonin. You know, the endorphins. You know, some affect the pleasure center of the brain. You know, it's just like an alcoholic. You know, why do they drink? You know, so they could get loaded. All right, it affects the pleasure center of the brain. It's like, or the same with the drugs. You know, and they get their drug orgasm. You know, because that stimulates those properties inside the brain. Now, so you got all that going on, and now you got nuclear fallout falling over everything. So who knows what kind of chemical imbalances are being produced out there? You know, I don't know. There's never been a study on it. So, you know, I'm sitting back. I'm trying to observe as much as possible because I study human behaviors. And I'm going like, wow, you know, there's a real state of frenzy out there. And you guys need to get grounded a little bit. Because you got to be grounded, man. You know, if you're not grounded, then you're going to go every which way. So over coercion, if you're standing, say, over at a mall or something, and you're watching a kid, the mother's directing, no, Johnny, don't touch that toy. No, don't come over there. No, come back over here. And they're continuously.
Scott, they got them on a leash now, like animals. Have you seen that? They got them on a leash. It's crazy, and we live in a nanny state. The government is trying to impose on every aspect of our lives. They want us, you know, to wear a helmet, and people say to themselves, well, if the government's telling me I have to wear a helmet, and that's the only reason why, if let's say they take away that law, well then they're no longer telling me, so I guess it's okay not to wear a helmet, when people should be wearing a helmet because it protects them unto itself, not because they need a nanny state to tell them to wear a helmet. And through these laws, they create perversions, and the same thing with our war on drugs and so many different things. Scott, we have just a moment left in the segment, Scott, and we'll have to have you back on for an hour-long segment like we usually do, at least a couple times a month, with our good friend Scott from the Believers Underground. But Scott, let's wrap things up. Earth changes, buddy, because that's what people turn to you for. In a minute or so, what can we look for?
Okay, UN Secretary General stated that we're going to see more nuclear plant meltdowns, point blank. We will see more meltdowns. There is nothing that they can do to get in there quick enough and to remove those fuel rods in this geo-unfriendly state that we're in now that the ice pack is pretty much a runaway. So, you know, you're in Post Glacial Rebound Effect. You're going to have more orbital wobble, more big quakes. You know, you're going to have more superstorms.
Wow.
And lightning, major lightning events. You're going to have diseases that are going to be affected by this nuclear fallout stuff, such as N5H1 and N1H1. They've already quarantined 2 areas over here in the Midwest.
All right, Scott. Thanks so much, buddy. We'll keep our eyes on that and so much more. We'll be back in a moment, folks. This is the Bob Tuskin Show.